The road we're going up is so steep, we're gonna have to hang on to this and dangle.
There will be at least.
And he doesn't know how to use his clutch.
4 tires on the road at all times.
You hope. As long as I got 3 out of 4.
Hey Josh, give me the camera. It's in your little pocket.
I just get fresh. Sorry.
It's freaking amazing, dude. Hey Josher.
What do you want from me?
This isn't even steep yet, buddy. This road's insane.
I can see where it gets steep.
And it stays like that all day.
No, it's alright.
When you get these trucks, do they call it something? Pick-up.
Whoa! I can see the whole world from here.
Josh.
Whoa!
These corners, man, the switchback, you gotta work it around the switchback.
That wire almost hit me in the head, not even see. This is it?
Yep. You slide my bag over to you.
6. I just got it.
You got it? This is her little adobe building store where she sells eggs and meat, and she has to travel down to Pana and into Godines. She buys chickens, slaughters them, cleans them, brings them up here and sells them, eggs too, and so her profit margin is tiny. So with her own chickens to slaughter and her own eggs, she says she can sell 40 to 50 a day. So that eggs, and then sell the meat too. She sells a good amount of meat, and so that'll totally increase her profit margin, and help her to get more. She'll have produce that she's growing that she can sell in here. So from this place right here, she'll be able to move some product and make some money. This is their cuerda. Right up here and down a little bit, they've got cuerda's about a 1/4 acre. So right now he's got corn, which he let dry out so they can get corn for their corn tortillas, and then he planted tomatoes around them, so the tomato grows up around the stalk. But he lost most of his tomatoes to a fungus. And so right here is where we're going to build. We're going to enclose it all and build a chicken coop.
Hoy para hacer unos pedazos de buena madera y encima lo clavamos para que aguante por lo menos unos 30 años. Ese palo es como concreto, creíble, pero no se pudo. Entonces lo ponemos arriba y eso va abajo y arriba. Ya están, ya listo, ya son Poner detrás.
Claro pues, y 2 herramientas más. Yo tengo mis...
Como para que quieran meter las tilapias aquí, este para acá y este para la agricultura.
Bien, entonces
Translate.
Para allá.
este lado será de puro animal.
Aquí es puro animal.
Excellent. So this half of the cuerda is going to be all the animals. We're standing right in the chicken coop, and then this whole half is going to be animals. We're going to have maybe pig and at least some meat hens and some layers, and then we're going to have a fish up on top. We'll show you the fish tank, and then that half we're going to do square foot gardening.
Buenos días, hermanas. ¿Cómo está?
Wow.
How they dig the holes?
No sirve esto.
No, eso no. Está pero bien duro. Es con puro
They dug these pozos with their machetes. They use them for everything. I've seen them cut block, like center block.
Yeah.
They cut everything with them.
Dug the hole with my tree.
It's awesome. So we're going right over the top of this? Yep.
I call those 2 by,
Yeah, he did. He carried one up for the toilet.
Pequeño, grande, mediano.
Ahí está. Ahora vamos a buscar la mujer.
Those nails are humongous.
Ahí no es, hermano.
Ahí es.
Ahí no es.
Yes.
¿Dónde? Porque hay 2. Es este.
Ah, sí tienes.
Ajá. La madera. Bueno, vamos a hacer algo. Vamos a quitar.
Why don't you let him take over?
Sí.
Vamos a quitar.
Don't waste all our clavos.
Ya, ahí están. Pero tenemos que quitar eso.
That's the biggest nail I've ever seen. Is there any bigger kind than that?
Ahí está.
Pero hay que verificar que estemos.
Ahí. Arriba y cortamos.
What do you guys make right here?
Y
The first post.
building a fish pond.
Okay.
Tilapia. He raises his own fish.
That's awesome.
Okay, can you explain it?
So, when we first came up here, it was really windy up here. And so the corn stalks, they have to spread them out. And so they can build up dirt around the base. And so we're like, why are they so far apart? And he says, well, we have to use up so much dirt around each one to support them so the wind doesn't blow them over. And so the idea, I mean, of square foot gardening is just fantastic here because we can build a support in the square foot gardening box. So what takes him a good, I mean, 2 or 3 meters, square, 2 or 3 square or more square meters, we could easily fit all of that into a small 4x4 box and support it. So the square foot gardening here is going to be fantastic for him and going to be very abundant because it's going to use up so much less space. So right here behind me is the fish pond, and his son caught some fish and threw in there. So there's some fish growing, but we're gonna bring it up, we're gonna make it natural, and then put plastic in the bottom, fill in with some dirt, and make a tilapia pond. And the tilapia is tasty, good, and
So
sells
what's
for
the
a good
plan
price.
for that then?
So we're gonna put in babies, and we're gonna do 2 ponds. We'll buy some babies, we'll get them in here growing. Then they reproduce abundantly. So we'll have a little reproduction pond, and they'll throw the adults back in. Once the babies are big enough, they won't get eaten. Then you throw those back in, and they just keep reproducing. We're gonna feed them from, it's called vermicomposting, where we get worms that eat all the chicken poop, the rabbit poop, and leftover food, and the worms, they reproduce incredibly fast. You need a little handful of worms that will feed, and that's free because you just give them your leftover food. So the worms are free. You take the worms and feed them to the fish and some other food. That's free, and so then your cost to raise tilapia are 0, and your profit margin is fantastic because they sell for 20 cents a pound, and they're delicious. So this is where we're gonna do the pond. Just kind of want to get an idea.
Are you guys making a bowl? That looks big enough. You're not gonna go, are you?
I'm getting the camera ready for 24 minutes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, that's what I was wondering.
I made the jump.
I made the jump. I was wondering if you'd fall back in.
You scream like a dog. So you have to take those off then?
I guess so.
Put across on the roof?
Yeah.
Oof.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
Which one's every block?
Just think it will.
Go.
So what we're doing here is just ripping everything out, and we'll put the garden boxes on top of the ground. The great thing about square foot gardening is it doesn't matter what the dirt is, because this dirt is terrible. There's no nutrients in it. It's full of pesticides, it's full of fertilizers, but we really don't care. We're just gonna level it out, get the good soil and the good compost and put it right on top.
Watch this.
You good there?
Well, yeah, you're not really level.
Yeah.
We decided just kind of.
He's gonna secure
Yeah.
the outer.
Even
Gatos, animales que van a excavar y
No,
entrar.
aquí vamos a, como vamos a emparejar todavía.
Okay.
Y metemos piedra, cosas aquí
Ok.
para...
Did you get a picture of how far apart everything is? That's just
I'm getting video, yeah.
Oh, well,
Need a
that's just
picture.
gonna blow people away. It's got like 3 stalks for every like 16 square feet.
Right.
You ought to be able to get all in about the quarter of the space. So he has this huge 30 by 30 meter plot all full of corn, which he grows 1,200 pounds of corn a year. You got to be able to still keep all that, but grow it on a quarter of his same property, which leaves all the rest open for everything else. And we asked him, why do you grow it? We didn't know. Why does everyone grow so much space? That's just so they can get in there and work. That's the only reason. And then they come up here and spend so much time like hoeing all the dirt up around each stalk,
Right.
just to support it. And it's not necessary. So we'll put them all into, we'll take 16 of them, put them into a 4x4 box, and then we'll spread kind of a mesh or grid a few feet up. The corn will grow up through it, and then that'll keep, because it gets windy up here, but that'll keep the corn from falling over. So all this time they spend hoeing it up, not necessary, because the grid will hold it up. And then they don't have to come up and hoe it up, and they don't have to hoe around and spray weeds and everything, because there's no place for the weeds to grow. It'll just be chock full of just corn. So much more space.
Sweet.
So I was just thinking, this is something we got to teach.
What'd you find? What's your treasure?
So we found a big treasure here. I don't know when, this was probably this morning. They had a bunch of bananas. Maybe the ones that went bad in their store.
Now you gotta talk loud.
So there's a big pile here of banana peels. So this is perfect stuff to put in a worm box, something you could even put in with your hello, Rachel's kids, how are you? Hey, what's going on?
Okay, we're back. We're back.
So yeah, so we found all these banana peels on the ground, just in the middle of the field here. So they must have had them go bad in their store, they ate them this morning, and they just chucked them out here because they don't need them. Why does everyone keep making all this noise when I'm trying to talk?
Just talk loud!
So we're gonna pick them up. This is perfect to get worms started, so it's great for the worm composting. This could be composted with all these other things that we're finding out here. All this corn husk that we're pulling out, that's all gonna get composted. A lot of it can get thrown in with the chickens, and they'll just pick at it and pick through it, and that'll get composted as well. So we gotta teach them not to throw this stuff away. I mean, this is perfect to get worms going. Worms love this slippery, slimy kind of stuff. So we're gonna go tell her about this. Verdura de cualquier fruta.
There's the worm
Se
box.
puede hacer abono y también se puede tirar con las gallinas.
Okay, now I'm filming. Again.
So this is just the beginning of the worm box. We had a whole bunch at our house. We brought this one. It doesn't look like much, but in the bottom of there, there's probably 1,000 or 2,000 worms inside this thing already. It's full of, we've got it full of rabbit poop. And we just chucked all these banana peels that we found on it. Dig down in it. You can see all those worms. Just happy. And worms can reproduce really fast. A box of 1,000, if you had enough space, they could probably grow to 1,000,000 worms in less than a year. I don't know the exact math, but it's fast. But they only grow to as amount of space that they have. So they kind of maintain an equilibrium. And this box probably has about as many worms as it's going to have. So we're going to make a huge box. Probably 2 feet deep, 4 feet wide, and 8 feet long. And we'll just start with this. But we'll just start throwing as much stuff in it as we can, and the worms are just going to grow crazy. So hopefully within a couple months that'll be full.
Then what's the end result? What happens?
The end result, they're just going to compost all.
Is Josh sitting on it? The end result?
Oh, good point. We'll show you the end result. They're going to compost all that stuff. And then it comes out as perfect organic compost. This was only just rabbit poop. And you can see how friable it is. It just breaks in your hand.
Nice.
All organic, and this is what we'll plant in here. This is what everything is going to get planted in.
So you put this in all the boxes.
The boxes are going to get full of this. We're going to start with some good compost from up in the old growth forest they have here. But then after you plant something, it'll use up all the nutrients that it has. So every time you replant something, you got to put something in there for the nutrients. So this will go in every time you replant something. We'll put more in.
It smells like good dirt. This
is. And that's how you know it's compost, is when it just has that sweet, earthy smell. It doesn't smell rotten or bad. It just smells good. So.
Ah, gracias. Are you excited to eat?
Woohoo! I didn't know food was in the deal. This is exciting.
Oh wow, they made a little table. Oh, cool.
We found a whole pile.
Qué bueno. Sí, me gusta la mesa. Gracias. Nice, you've made nice progress over here. Good work.
Sweet! It's coming fast. We were saying that if it's just the two of them, it would take a long, long time to get this project done.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come up more often. Get more hands up here. Alright. This seems like
Okay.
I'm standing here looking at this. It seems like such a simple structure. I'm like, this isn't that big of a deal, and yet it's totally out of their reach. It's something they could not do because of the cost. And so, it's a simple thing, but it's an exciting thing because they couldn't do it. Poquito más. Ahí. Ya, poquito más. Ahí. Can you get it? Yeah.
Tabaco.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do it that way.
What was that?
So we didn't know we were going to harvest beans today.
Sweet.
We're getting ready to clear all this corn out and realized there's good beans on here. So she hasn't had time to harvest them. So we're taking all the beans off. There's all different kinds. They got red beans and black beans. Some are already dried and some aren't. So she'll sort through it later. These are black beans that are dried, and these are some red beans. And she'll have to sort it all out and let it dry. But that's cool. It doesn't look like much, but it grows. That's what they'll be eating with their tortillas for the next month or two, probably.
Sweet.
Clear the space out for the rest.
Yeah.
That's a tough tree.
Yeah, I think it does.
I'll just have to drop them down to you guys.
Can you just whole vine?
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Is it all wrapped around?
Monkey, monkey man.
I would do another one because that's where the wind's going to really grab that crap. Right there. Yeah.
Coming along, huh? So is that how you...
Or like the next one over, you think?
Probably next one over.
That's how you fix
Just make sure it's
the
strong out
mistake there?
So the wind's going to go. Yep. That's how you fix mistakes.
What happened?
You know what, too?
Funny. You rolling? Okay, right here, I was just standing here looking at this. And this is
what we just cleared this morning.
a quarter. This is a quarter of his lot, right?
Which is, his whole lot is a quarter of an acre.
Yeah, it's a quarter of an acre, so whatever that is. An eighth, right? But right here, just in this, if we design it right and put in square foot gardening boxes, he's gonna be able to produce so much food. It's gonna be, just right here, there's gonna be so much food. And then he's still got all this other space to use to do more. Sweet.
Don't break the shovel again, honey.
That's some tough digging right here.
Oh my gosh.
Va a bañar. She's gonna swim. Save the fish.
Dad, I could be a man. That is what exactly.
Trying to be a man and being a man. Let's get back.
I think I'll stand right here for
So we ended up doing it 2 feet taller than we had planned, so that he has room for storage, for tools, and for more chickens. I mean, do higher shelves, so he's going to give you a lot more usable space. So now we're just going to put in this wall here. It's going to be 4-foot wall, and the door will go right there where you're standing. So the door there, wall here, and then
And what about the chickens?
putting in the hens and the nesting boxes we're going to do on that side. And they're all their little nesting areas. And
How will they perch?
well, he's gonna
Bamboo or
build,
something?
yeah, bamboo or caña, or just regular boards. Put up boards all the way and do multiple levels, so they're just all over in here, happy chickens laying eggs and growing fat.
Great.
Sweet! He had a couple extra pieces of wood laying around, so with the extra pieces we're able to finish up. We'll hang the door.
Great. Awesome.
And sweetness.
Okay. Now ready
You're
to
gonna be
open
waiting
the door.
on-
Oh,
He's excavating with a shovel.
that's a hammer, hun, not a
Plow-
shovel.
Oh, with a hammer. Plows inside. Plow.
It's up top. Whoa!
Da-da-da-da!
Dun, da-da-da.
Sweet!
Yay!
Everyone, look at the stock market.
Welcome, chicken.
New merger acquisition.
This will be worth more than the 401k.
Oh,
That's right.
Exactly.
This is a
Todo
401k.
pollo.
This is a 401k right
Come
here.
on in.
muchas gallinas muy felices.
Mejor sus casas, las gallinas que yo, ¿ah?
Ah, qué bueno.
Muchos juegos.
Se cerró la tienda.
Voy a ver muchos juegos ahí.
So,
Vamos a hacerlo eso antes.
He's showing you how it's
Necesito
done there.
un hombro oreado.
The dude does have big forearms, man.
Necesitamos.
Look at that.
Like combine.
Nice. I just sit here
Look at
like
his wrist
chip
and
away
look
at
right
it.
here.
look at that.
Yeah.
That whole thing's about to fall.
Holy moly.
Dude! Woo! Celebramos!
Wow.
That's our problem. We, you know, you just take a little bit at a time, get it cracked. And take care of this girl that got beat.
Podré pasarnos acá.
But don't we need to, you want to have someone in there?
Yeah, but we gotta step lightly. So it doesn't punch holes in it.
I was just thinking
Get
about
someone with the bare feet.
right now that the
You
water
wanna take your shoes off, bud?
it's gonna sink.
Gonna gently. Maybe pull a little from this side, Lynn. You got like plenty over here.
Oh, now it's that. Cool?
Yeah.
Divertido.
Look at all those beans we harvested just today.